If you're a business owner and you're tired, your head hurts, I see you. I've been there. That doesn't mean that you're broken. That doesn't mean your business is broken. It doesn't mean it's not going to be able to be fixed. Every business is broken somewhere, but it doesn't mean that yours is completely broken all the way through. Keep yourself in that arena. Keep fighting. Stop pretending that it's not there. Sometimes recognition of fear makes the fear kind of go away because you control the fear. Running from the thing does not help you. It just makes it bigger. Own what it is, solve it, and overcome it.
I'd rather be sidelined trying to achieve greatness than watch greatness achieved and it only set on the sideline. Now introducing your host, Jacob Emery.
This episode of the Iron and Infrastructure Podcast is brought to you by Unlocking Greatness with Jacob Emery, a coaching community built for those ready to become the strongest version of themselves. Weekly calls, proven playbooks, and a community built to grow. Greatness is not given, it's unlocked. Join us today at jacobemery.com or DM coach at jacobemery44 on all social media platforms.
Losers lose less than winners. Losers lose less than winners. Because at the end of the day, losers end up quitting. Winners might lose more, but they keep going, so they always win. If you quit showing up, you can't win. If you are willing to accept loss, you can't win. So just remember this, losers lose less than the winners do. So if you end up losing a lot, probably means you're going to win if you just don't quit. But it comes with headaches. And I know as a business owner, it's painful headaches sometimes. Like you need an Advil the size of a hockey puck. But the headache isn't the problem. The headache is just more of a signal. And it's a signal to say you probably have something going on in one of these 5 areas. Every owner has probably dealt with this. We've all had certain headaches that are harder than others. But the 5 headaches that I know for certain, or areas that, cause headaches, are pretty simple. Vision, people, your structure. Are you gaining traction? Are you gaining momentum? And the culture of your business. Most of the headaches in business ownership, entrepreneurship come down to that because you probably are not going to feel them all at once. You're probably going to feel a couple of them, but you're probably going to have one primary one where it's like, oh man, I got this bad headache. And it's not all the time. Sometimes it's all great until it's not. Sometimes it's really bad until it's not. But normally there's 1 or 2 you could point out that are kind of worse than another one. And if you can't name what the headache is, then that's kind of where you start. Because if you don't know why you're sick, then how do you fix the sickness? If you can't figure out where the headache's coming from, then how do you fix the problem? You can't kill it if you don't know what it is. You got to have the target to actually be able to hit it. So there was a situation last couple of weeks. I spent 6 to 8 hours just beating my head against the wall. Automation, working through AI, not my sweet spot, not my cup of tea, not something that I'm naturally good at or have ever been decent at. But there's a season where you just got to do certain things. And over 12 to 16 hours in 2 days, I think the one day I didn't get up for like 4 or 5 hours straight. I didn't move. Nothing of progress to be shown. And it was frustrating, really frustrating because I'm doing this thing I'm not good at. And I know it's the right thing to do because of the season. I know it's necessary to do. But man, talk about a headache. So I get through it after 2 days. I thought I had it figured out. And then I didn't. I thought my headache was going to go away. And then it got bigger. And then not long after that, it's like I was building this building that was getting ready just to crumble. And it was an instant, one thought, one course of action, and it all came together. I was like, that headache just kind of went away. I had to clear my mind, get it out of that thing, get out of the tunnel, get out of the system so I could see the system. And then I was able to do so. And changing that environment, changing that thought process, and changing what I was looking at helped me a bunch. So when you're thinking about your headache, sometimes it's you, the business owner. If you think of a people headache, sometimes you are the people headache. If it's a structured thing, sometimes as a business owner, it's a structure that you may have put in place. Whatever it is, it can always be a headache that you've caused and created, and most of the times, that's what it is. This episode of the Iron and Infrastructure Podcast is brought to you by R&R Pipeline Inc., an infrastructure company. Join our team today at rrpipelineinc.com. So why does a headache come and go? Why do you eventually get through it? Because every problem is really a puzzle. If you have any profits, you have puzzles. You don't really have problems. It's putting the pieces where they belong and just hoping that it doesn't take too much time and too much pain and too big of that hockey puck of an Advil. And so you just keep going at it. Change your view a little bit, change the frame in which you see it, and then you keep pushing forward and make progress. But you got to diagnose where the pain's coming from, and you got to own it. And it hurts most of the time because it's on you. And if the headache's in your company and you own the company, it's your headache. Might not be completely your fault, but it is your problem. And most likely it's probably your fault too. So two things can be true at the same time. You got this thing that's causing you pain, and you got this thing that you got to recognize and overcome at the same time. Being able to solve a problem by focusing on it and then overcoming it is really hard. And it's probably one of the most underrated skill sets that could be out there in business. Is this thing for the greater good? Is it really important now and in the future? Is it important and urgent? There are certain times where we do what's urgent and it's also not important. Do you stay the course though? When the fire's hot, your feet are to the fire and your head is absolutely pounding. Do you quit like a loser, or do you keep going and then win? Because results are undeniable as long as you don't quit. Losers quit, and they also lose less, and they also never win. Don't expect to win if you're willing to quit. Don't expect to have a trophy to hold up if you're not willing to stay in that training ground longer. Find me someone that has great fulfillment in life and never had a challenge. I think true productivity creates true fulfillment. Prosperity comes from challenging yourself, putting yourself out there on the line, maybe being ridiculed, being looked down on, whatever it may be, but then continuing to go through the thing. Find me a trust fund kid who has good character, and I'll be damned if that unicorn exists. So if you're a business owner and you're tired, your head hurts, I see you. I've been there. That doesn't mean that you're broken. That doesn't mean your business is broken. Doesn't mean it's not going to be able to be fixed. Every business is broken somewhere, but it doesn't mean that yours is completely broken all the way through. So, but keep yourself in that arena. Keep fighting. Stop pretending that it's not there. Sometimes recognition of fear makes the fear kind of go away because you control the fear. Running from the thing does not help you. It just makes it bigger. Own what it is, solve it, and overcome it. Resolve. The ability to resolve a problem is massive and not so common anymore. So figure out what it is, overcome it, and don't let it reoccur. It's pretty simple. But if you just don't quit, then you're going to win, because winners never quit and losers never win. Keep showing up, keep going, and then the results will be undeniable. You can't stop the results from happening as long as you do what's required and you don't freaking quit. So remember this. The headache's going to come from one of five things. It's going to be your vision. It's going to be your structure. It's going to be maybe the people. Maybe it's going to be the traction or momentum that you have. And it's going to be the culture. Probably going to be one of the things. If you're struggling in your business as a business owner, look at one of them and see what it is. See if this resonates. And if it does and you want some help, reach out to me. Let's solve the problems. Stop telling yourself one day. It isn't about one day, it's about day one. Today should be your day one. What you need isn't another day. What you need is clarity with the community to give you confidence to unlock your greatness. That's what the group coaching program is all about. Confidence, clarity, via commitment. Hit the show link in the notes. Let's start unlocking your greatness now, today.